Welcome to Real-Time, developers of BioLock, the only identity management software system which is certified by SAP. With BioLock, bulletproof SAP security is at your fingertips. So why worry about SAP security? Well, whether we like it or not, fraud is here to stay, and the greatest risks are probably not external, but from insider fraud, which is difficult to detect and often involves first-time offenders. According to the Association of Certified Fraud Examiners, about 5% of corporate revenues globally are lost to fraud. We believe that the risk of insider fraud and unauthorized data access can be greatly reduced by using better authentication systems. If you're only using logon passwords and relying on procedures and segregation of duties, you basically have an honor system. To prevent insider fraud, procedures have to be backed up with security checkpoints where SAP forces users to prove who they are by supplying additional identification. One way of creating strong checkpoints is by increased granularity, which means the checkpoints are deeper in the SAP system. The second way is to increase the sophistication of authentication used at those checkpoints. This means progressing from passwords to using smart cards or fingerprint scans. We've plotted these two dimensions on this graph, showing that a greater degree of checkpoint granularity, along with increased sophistication of authentication methods, is the path to maximum security. This graph is overlaid with SAP terminology, showing how granularity can progress from a simple logon to transactions, info types, fields, buttons, field values, and even dual approval. On the horizontal axis, we see the progression from passwords to smart cards and fingerprint scans. A combination of these two variables, depending on the security risk of a given user, will result in the greatest security. Non-critical users can be exempted from these verifications. A standard SAP installation using only passwords for system logon is shown in the bottom left corner of our graph. By adding BioLock to your SAP installation, which combines granular security checkpoints with increased sophistication and authentication, you can increase your security dramatically, as shown in the top right-hand quadrant of the graph. Most security approaches deal only with what's outside the SAP system. The list of items on the left deals with network security, logging on, generating new passwords, and so on. But it's inside SAP that you need granularity to set up the required checkpoints. Only BioLock software lets you create the checkpoints you need inside the SAP system to force users to prove their identities. To achieve bulletproof security, you need checkpoints at these 5 levels for your power users and critical functions. Non-critical SAP users don't need to be enrolled. The key is that all these operations can be controlled using not only passwords, but also smart cards or fingerprint verification, creating uniquely customized security checkpoints on a user-by-user basis. Each checkpoint also automatically generates a robust audit trail. Here are more examples of checkpoints that you can set up. Maybe you want to prevent someone from printing a list of vendors or executing a certain process. In the screen example, certain fields are masked, meaning the data is made invisible to unauthorized users. For example, executive compensation. Different departments in your organization might have different needs. Purchasing may want to limit the value of purchase orders a user can create, or finance might want to require dual approval on high dollar value transactions. Operations might have secret formulas that should be hidden, or HR may want to control who edits or views employee data. Executives looking for better Sarbanes-Oxley compliance can have a profile that prevents them from viewing or changing financials. So our question today is, what specific checkpoints would help you to secure your system? Various organizations have used BioLock in different ways to increase security. A government agency protected HR data while ensuring HIPAA compliance. A pharmaceutical company's senior management prevented unauthorized use of funds in purchasing. A large bank mitigated internal fraud risk by the use of data masking and financial controls. A school board eliminated payroll and expense account fraud after years of abuse, and a nuclear plant protects and controls mission-critical workflow components. How sure are you of your current protection? Your SAP system contains extremely valuable assets, including trade secrets, customer information, not to mention millions of dollars. What really stands between those assets and an insider fraud incident? Are your checkpoints simply the standard system logon? Do they look anything like these passwords? Are you sure those passwords have not been compromised? Has the time come for you to consider upgrading to bulletproof SAP security? We all know that SAP is the market leader in the ERP space and offers industry standard security features that meet many users' needs. However, if your SAP security needs are greater than that, you can take it to a whole new level with the addition of BioLock software, which is seamlessly integrated and certified by SAP. By implementing BioLock, you will have chosen the most advanced protection available for SAP systems. Find out how you too can achieve bulletproof SAP security. For a consultation or a system demo, please call 1-877-BioLock or send an email to info@biolock.us.